Hey guys, Danny Van here with Heartfelt Awakening. Thank you for joining me. This is day 5 of our masterclass. So come on in as you join me. And we have so many new people in the group. Just a little bit about who I am. I am Denny Van, and I help you accelerate your personal and spiritual growth. And we're doing that here in the group through the Transformation Lab, and we offer this about every 4 to 6 weeks. And so this time around, as you join in, we're making some massive transformations. So very, very good. Hey Henrietta, hey Linda, hey Rowan, so glad you guys are here. I'm just going to check in and make sure I can see the comments. And there we are. Hey, welcome, welcome. Hi. I know it's so crazy. And today, I'm so excited about today because we've set the groundwork now so that we can start putting the work into action. Very good. Yes, absolutely. I can see the comments. I see everyone. Very, very cool. So, really, really quick, you guys have been doing great. Thank you so much for participating in this masterclass. And our purpose here is to provide heartfelt value and to give you that value so you can start making changes and see your life and your reality completely transform. And this masterclass gives you the cornerstones. And so on day 1, if you're watching now and you haven't watched the previous sessions, in session 1, we took a snapshot of where you are in 4 areas of your life, the cornerstones of your life. Your connection to your mind, body, breath, and spirit. Where is your relationship on these 4 areas of your life? So we took a snapshot of where you are because we are treating this shift, this transformation, this awakening, whatever you're calling this going insane process, you're treating this like a scientist would. You're taking a snapshot of where you are. Now you're given a framework with some tools. You're building a model using nature and physics as our model. And we're building that model and then applying it to ourselves. And so we did that in day 2. And I'm looking right at the workbook. So if you don't have the workbook, it's available as a document here in the group, or you can go to our chat box and just type in homework, and our bot will give you the download immediately. So if you don't have it, you can get it right now and start following along. But on day 1 through 5, we went through and we started to create this framework of how we work as a human being, as the physical part of us. This is my meat suit, Vadim Zeland, from his book Reality Transurfing. He calls it a mannequin. So this part of us really belongs to time and the earth and space. We're here on borrowed time, right? So this mannequin or this meat suit is only here temporarily because she had a beginning, she has a duration of time, and she's going to have an end, right? I'm not excluded from dying, right? So this meat suit is going to die at one time. So if you have any kind of fears with death, that is one thing that we can start working on right away. So as you come on in, we're reviewing this past week because we've given you so much valuable information that the intellectual mind might go, yeah, I got it. We want to take it a step further, and that's what we're going to be doing today. We're going to be applying it. So you're not only going to have it intellectually, but once you begin to apply it, this is where the magic happens, because you are not only the seen, you are the unseen. You are the physical, you are the metaphysical. And it is the breath, your breath is the bridge between those two. So as we went in on day 2 and on session 2 of our training, we went into slide creation and plate activation. And just these 2 concepts alone, and there are a ton of exercises and concepts in the book Reality Transurfing, but we just took 2. Just these 2 concepts and ideas, if you can understand it intellectually and then begin to apply it to your life, this is where you see magic happen. Hey, so glad you're here. So let me know how many are just hopping on now. This is their first session, or if you've been following the sessions and following through on the homework. Let me know in the comments. Then on day 3, well, day 2 was probably one of the most important ones in learning slide creation and plate activation. How you look at what it is you want to experience as the end result. And then, of course, the mind is going to want to know the how. So we step back into the larger part of us and activate the plate. And we did that through a visualization. Very good. Been following through. Excellent. I've been following since the start. You have, Rowan. You are very studious. Excellent. Very good. So we went through in how you are the mechanism and the energy part. How you are the slide and activating the plate or the plat. And this is the larger unseen part of you. And we went through and we used creativity and imagination. Because you know Albert Einstein, he was a very well-known supporter of children not losing their creativity and imagination. And so when we activate our creativity and imagination and activate this part of us, this is where the magic happens. So we imagine that we had tiny little folded up wings that were 2 tiny nubs between our shoulder blades, and we imagined them opening and opening and opening and opening until it was larger than the room that you're in. So definitely go back and check that out so you can activate your plate. And when you create a slide, the plate is activated. It's kind of like a movie theater projector. Your body is the projector, but the slide is the film, and the plate is the light that brings it forth into our 3-dimensional experience. So if you can understand how this works in nature and then apply it to yourself, oh my gosh, magic is going to happen. Then we went into what is your most precious gift? Who remembers what their most precious gift is? What is your most precious gift? And marketing knows this, and there's an entire field dedicated to taking your most precious gift away from you. And they usually do this by creating fear or creating urgency. You got to get it now. It's not going to be this way again. Spend your money now. Get it now. They know this, so they create this through a focus, awareness, and attention. You got it. FAA. Oh, I love it. FAA. So yeah, absolutely. Your focus, awareness, and attention is your most precious gift. And we teach in this group, Heartfelt Awakening, how to get selfish with it. You got to get selfish with it. Plain and simple. You have to get selfish with your focus, awareness, and attention, or your goals, your dreams, desires, your desired reality, whatever that is, will never manifest in this material world because your focus and awareness and attention is going off on something else. A long, long way to run. Yeah, long way. It does feel like it's a long, long way to run. Then we got into day 4 yesterday, how you are the genie and the bottle. How you are the scene, this physical part of you, the human part of you, and the unseen, the metaphysical part of you, the being. So we are human beings, right? Just who we are has 2 names. Human being. That means there's 2 parts to us. But we're so into our human, and we're so tightly identified with our human. This is where it causes pain and suffering. So if we can step back into this larger, spread our wings, open up our wings, activate this larger unseen part of you, this is when your meat suit begins to transform. Completely transform and heal. And heal. So it's an interesting thing that's happened with me as I look back. It was when I was 35 years old that I was diagnosed with a deadly form of cancer. And today at age 53, 35 to 53, I've discovered that, as I'm okay with dying, as I'm okay with whatever this is, the more comfortable I am in my meat suit, the more I don't give a damn what other people think, the more I don't compare this meat suit with other meat suits. So the more I let go of my tight wound programmed identity to who I think this person is, when I connect with this larger part of me, this human is taken care of. I don't have to do anything. So you come to this place of stepping in your power, and there's nothing outside of you that can throw you off or take your power away. Very good. This is the cornerstone. This is the cornerstone. And so now today we are going over day 5, and we have the same questions that we have with session 1, but what I want to start out with today is a demonstration of bringing it all together. So yesterday I gave you some homework to do, and the homework was, where are you in your current reality on a scale of 1 to 10? 1 meaning I'm there, I'm with you. 10 meaning this is not where I want to be. Where are you on your current reality? And then where are you on a scale of 1 to 10 with your desired reality? Where do you want to be with your relationship, with your money manifesting, with your career, whatever that is for you? Your current reality and your desired reality. Where is that resistance? How far are you away? 1 meaning, yeah, I know it's not here physically, but it's here, right in the space of variations. I'm ready to receive. Or 10, oh my God, everything's going to hell. So much shit is happening. All of these limitations are happening. All of these woes and dramas and this activity is happening. And I just can't get it out of my mind, and I can't shut off my mind. I'm a 10 or maybe even 11. Where are you? So we have, today I'm a 9, Lauren says. Today I'm a 9. Tell me about this 9, Lauren. Desired 0. Yeah, so you want your desired reality to be here, right? We're supposed to be a life of joy and peace and, our natural state. At least that's what they tell us, but our 3-dimensional world is showing us something else, right? So there's definitely a big separation there for sure. Yes, my resistant level is about a 6 today. Was a 9 at the start of the workshop. Oh, good to know. So just applying these, you got an opportunity to make some inner shifts. I am here. Oh, I'm so glad you're here, darling. Thank you for being here. I know it's probably really, really late for you, I betcha. Very good. So we got some numbers to work with, and now I want to tell you about what we've been working on, especially this last year and over the years, in developing something that is easy, first of all, and has science backing it. So one of the things that we work on is you are the genie and the bottle. When this larger part of you connects together, you create a frequency that science is now calling coherence. That's the first step of the framework. You create this coherence. What is this coherence? Many of us might come from a Christian background. I come from a Christian background, and it's that scripture where Jesus said, the kingdom of the heavens is within. So if you can imagine the linguistics of his words, so let's break down the words he supposedly said. The kingdom of the heavens is within. That means there is this magnificently beautiful large space, unlimited space inside you. So where's God? Inside you. Where's heaven? Inside you. So that means it's an internal experience. This is the larger part of you. And our human only sees, looking around, well, I'm not manifesting the things I want. I don't have the relationship I want. We see it in our 5 sensory world, and that's it. We don't see this magnificence that we are. And so that's the first thing we do, is discover you are 2 parts which create a whole. And so sometimes as we're going through and wanting to manifest these things, there might be parts inside of us from past experiences, past modeling of behaviors, past programming, ideas and beliefs that are within us that have not been integrated. So these are past experiences that have not been integrated, and it requires a lot more energy to not integrate these parts to us. I'm going to say that again. It requires a lot more energy to not integrate these parts of us from past traumas, past programming, past parts that come up in our experience when something outside of us triggers us. You smell something, you have a memory come up. You experience loud noises, you have a past memory come up that almost takes over your current reality. It almost takes over your personality. You may behave in ways, have thoughts in ways that you would not normally have when this part suddenly comes up. It's a button. And holding these down in the unconscious requires a lot of energy. It's almost like the kind of energy that's required to hold a beach ball underwater. And when you get tired or hangry, hungry and angry, you get tired, these beach balls start to pop up everywhere in your experiences, right? So what we're going to be doing is we're going to be releasing these parts and integrating them in what we're calling the healing team. And what is the healing team? Aware of this, that the thoughts have been ruminating today from many triggers while taking the steps to improve. Yeah, so there you're stirring the pot, and things down, deep down, are starting to get stirred. And so as you go through the spiritual awakening, you're stirring stuff. You're literally energetically stirring stuff, because as you awaken, you want to open up these meridians to full power energy. But sometimes there's these parts that are blocking the energy. The conscious, the unconscious, and the subconscious. Yes, that's the healing team. Excellent. The most intimate people in my life have been through borderline PD and narcissistic, and I have been the unknown light and empath. Yeah, so you're watching people go through some stuff, and it's affecting you on really, really deep levels. It's affecting you, some of us, so much that we become ill and sick from it. Yeah, absolutely. So Rowan, absolutely right. The healing team is you, because we are heartfelt, and our message is, within you there is nothing that needs to be fixed. You don't need to fix anything about you, only integrate. And so we go through a process that we're calling the process transformation method. And one of the first things that we do, I'm going to explain it a little bit, and we're going to go back to those 7, 8, and 9 numbers. And we're going to go back to those, and we're going to start working on those and doing a demonstration of how to apply what we've been learning all week. Is everybody up for that? Everybody up for that? Excellent. So what we're going to be doing is creating the healing team. You are it. The healing team consists of your conscious awareness, the unconscious, and the subconscious. So I'll give you an analogy of what the conscious and unconscious is. Imagine your body, your wholeness is like a big, beautiful mansion, a big, beautiful home, many, many rooms, just beautiful. However, there's no electricity, and it's completely dark inside. And the only thing you have is a flashlight. So whatever you're shining the flashlight on becomes conscious. Whatever's not lit up is unconscious. Now the subconscious can step back. It sees you shine a light on something, and that's what you're focusing in on. It sees what you're shining a light on, but it also sees what it's connected to in the unconscious. And then the subconscious begins to connect and gather those intertangled web of programming, ideas, beliefs, experiences, because all of our current behavior is based off of past experiences, isn't it? So if we have past experiences that have not been integrated, these behaviors can interfere with our everyday personality, right? So these behaviors can come up and make you do things, make you react in certain ways that are beyond your control. So what the subconscious can do is they can see the entangled web of what you're focused and shining a light on, see the entangled web of where it is in the unconscious, bring it all together and do a massive reprogramming of this. This is where some beautiful magic happens, because our subconscious, this is how we're all connected. There's the collective unconscious or subconscious. The subconscious is something that is slightly separate from your experiences and your emotions. It's not engaged with it. It's more of the witness. So if you can think of this witness within you that sees it all, now we're asking this witness to do some work, and it's very willing to do it. It is very willing to do it. And we've gone over Dr. Gary Flint's work, and we also include things like EFT, concepts from reality transurfing, and physics, and we combine those into the process transformation method. And so what we do is, when we become consciously aware of something, we're shining a light on it. This is when I bring out the pendulum, and the pendulum is just a tool, and it tells me what's happening with the energy. Very good. And so the first thing that we need to do for those who want to participate in today's demonstration, the first thing that we need to do is ask permission. So for permission, for those who are watching now live and those who are watching the replay and want to participate and do this work, permission to access the healing team, your healing team, your conscious, unconscious, and subconscious. And we are collectively connected on the subconscious level. Permission granted. Excellent. So I just want to take a moment for that energy to kind of sink in, because I'm going to tell you, I work with people who their heart says yes, but their mind says, I don't believe this shit. Okay, so we want to give it a moment for any parts to wake up and then make a conscious choice to say, yes, I want this. So we give it a moment. Very good. Hey, everyone. Very good. So we have permission. So if you can see, what I have is I have some very basic commands, I guess you can say, is when it's turning, it's working, it's processing. It's working and processing. Now when it stops, I'm going to ask it to stop and go in the opposite direction. So when it starts to go in the opposite direction, it means whomever I'm working with, what we just hit on a part is polarized. And with polarized situations, it means there are two opposing beliefs happening at the same time. For example, your mind says, I want $1 million in the bank, and it really, really thinks it's going to get it, but something deep down inside will say, money don't grow on trees. So with that, if we're shining a light and working on that, it's going to polarize. It's going to show me there's a belief or a programming that's polarized. And then it will stop when it's all done processing. And sometimes it will show me other things. So for now, it's processing. So permission granted. So now the next step is to tell the subconscious how it's going to do this work. So now we have to tell the subconscious how it's going to do this work. But we want to make sure that all of you, the entire healing team, the conscious, whatever's in the conscious awareness, whatever's in the unconscious awareness, unconscious part of you, and the subconscious, all of you are 100% on board with the subconscious learning how to do this work. So it's processing, and it will let me know when it's done. And so we go through this because we want to come across as being respectful, respectful to your wholeness. There's no label you need to have, and you don't have any kind of deficiency of Zoloft, okay? You might have an amino acid or a vitamin deficiency or hormonal deficiency, whatever the natural chemicals in the body, but there are no chemicals in the body called Zoloft. So we're working with the entire body with its understanding it has everything it needs. right now. Very good. So now we want to tell the subconscious how it's going to do this. And the subconscious thinks more in pictures. So if you think of your wholeness, your personality, like a soccer field, a big giant soccer field, and it's nice and smooth and it's organized, it has the lines going, and this is your whole personality. It's a nice organized soccer field. However, the parts in the subconscious that come over and sometimes even take over the personality, they expose themselves like holes in the soccer field, and that can be dangerous, right? So you have these holes in the soccer field, but the subconscious sees the sequence of it, the exact sequence of it, and it begins filling in these holes and integrating all the wisdom, knowledge, and understanding, and letting go of all the negative programming and the reactions that the body has to these holes. There, it's done. The subconscious knows what to do. So now what we want to start doing is, let's talk about those 8 and 9s. Seeker of outside approval, guilt, shame, doubt, regret, because the external judgment onto me. So Lauren, you talked about this being a 9. Aware of this, the thoughts have been ruminating today from many triggers while taking the steps to improve. Yeah, there's nothing you need to improve, darling. You're perfect the way you are. So let's talk about this seeker of outside approval. Seeker of outside approval. Following along with my own pendulum. So again, I use a pendulum. Hey, Laura, so glad you're here. So Lauren, let's do seeker of outside approval on a scale of 1 to 10. I believe you said a 9. Yes, 9 today. And Rowan, your resistance is a 6. So Lauren, seeker of outside approval, guilt, shame, doubt, regret because of external judgment onto me. You are a 9. So what I want to do is, as a group, and the beautiful thing about doing this work as a group, when we're working on one person, everyone heals from this. Everyone heals from this. And then the healing team not only becomes the individual team, but as a collective team as well. So Lauren, you're at a 9, and you're focused in on, because remember, we got to shine a flashlight on it. That means we got to focus in on seeker of outside approval. You need other people's approval. Guilt, shame, doubt, regret because of external judgment onto me. This is a 9. This controls my life. So what we're going to do is we're going to ask the subconscious. So subconscious, we are focused in on being a seeker, and we are focused in on needing outside approval. We are focused in on the guilt and shame, the doubt and regret that we are experiencing. And it's been ruminating today and triggering me. And I keep taking steps to improve, but subconscious, these things keep coming up, and I'm shining a light on it. It's a 9 right now. Subconscious, please go back in time, go back and find all of the entangled beliefs, ideas, and programming, experiences, emotions related to needing outside approval, needing acceptance from others. And if I don't have that acceptance, I'm filled with guilt and shame because I'm not accepted, and I'm filled with doubt and regret because of this judgment toward me, like I'm not good enough. There's something that needs to be fixed within me, but I need other people's approval. So subconscious, we are focused in on this right now, and you can see all of the entangled web of every single one of the holes and every single sequence of these holes, and you see every single one of them and gathering all of it together, even pre-birth, before birth, and finding all of the experiences related to needing outside approval, and if I don't have that approval, being filled with guilt and shame and doubt I'm filled with doubt, finding all of this programming and gathering it all together and doing a massive rewrite and reprogramming all of these parts together, letting go of the emotional reactions, letting go of those, but keeping with the healing team and integrating with the healing team all of the wisdom, knowledge, and understanding. And the healing team is ready to receive you. So we have some new comments. It's still processing. Over my daughter. Phenomenal. Love doing this all together. Yeah, it's very powerful when it's done all together. So Lauren, it's regarding your daughter. So subconscious, go back in past lives, because this may have been my mother and her mother, and now it's me and I'm passing it on to my daughter. So subconscious, go back even into past lives, finding all of the programming related to this, needing outside approval and being filled with guilt and shame for not feeling like I belong and feeling separate, and finding all of this programming, releasing the emotions to it, but keeping the knowledge, wisdom, and understanding. So Lauren, you're focused in on this. It was a 9. It's still processing. Some people don't feel anything. Some people might feel tingling, or it's almost like their head space starts getting more space in their head. Some people just feel more relaxed. And again, some people don't feel anything. The beautiful thing is your mind doesn't have to do anything. This is all done on a very, very deep level. It's like the computer doesn't know it's being reprogrammed, right? The computer doesn't feel a thing. Only all the programming is done. Headspace and more relaxed. Excellent. So Lauren, you started out as a 9, and we asked the subconscious to do some work. And what sometimes happens is something will pop up. A memory will pop up. A sound, a smell, a taste, emotion. Something might pop up. So let me know if something comes up. And the beautiful thing is, you don't have to tell me details. You can just say one word and then just focus in on that thing. That's the beautiful thing about this work, is you don't have to relive it. You just focus in on it in your mind, so the subconscious knows what you're looking at. Pre-birth. Yeah. So the subconscious knows what it's looking at. Some of my resistance comes from feeling that even though I want to help others, sometimes it feels like it's a better idea in theory than practice, since I can become easily drained with too much interaction with others. I'm going to tell you a little secret, Rowan. Heal the others in you, and then you get the energy. They're totally oblivious to it. Heal them in you. Parents arguing. On a scale of 1 to 10, where are you with parents arguing? Very good. And there are so many Reiki practitioners and energy workers in our group. When you see something in your external reality and you think, oh, I have to heal that person, heal what you see in that person in you. Heal what you see in that person in you, and they don't have to know. They don't have to know it all. Memory from utero of parents arguing. So add. What number is that? Yeah. So this is where the subconscious can see what's going on in the unconscious, and you're shining a light on it. And so memories are going to come up. Yep. Most of us don't have memories in utero until we shine a light on them and we start reprogramming them. Yeah, because we want all of this to be integrated into your wholeness. There's a scripture in the Bible where Jesus had all his memories come back to him. when there's this connection to all that is. All your memories come back. So you're calmer about a 6, but you're still a 6. So subconscious, even though, and I talk to this as if it's me because there's only one. So subconscious, I'm still a 6. I'm calmer, but now I'm having memories of when I was in my mother's womb. Subconscious, I am focused in on this need to be accepted, this need that I have that brings up guilt, shame, and doubt. I'm shining a light on all of it right now. Subconscious, you have my permission to go into the unconscious and find all of the entangled web of the ideas, beliefs, and programming that is running in the background, that is making decisions for me as soon as they are triggered. I have fear, I have doubt. Boom, they're there. They're making decisions for me. These are not my decisions. So subconscious, I want you to go through and find all of them with my heart and mind together in unity. Find all of this programming and do a massive rewrite, releasing the reactions, releasing the emotions to the ocean, but keeping and integrating with the healing team all of the memories, wisdom, and understanding, and sharing that knowledge with the healing team. And the healing team is sharing all knowledge with these parts that are now integrating. I've been practicing that with Ho'oponopono, but it's a process. It is. And Ho'oponopono is the same thing. You have to have your awareness on it. And then you start saying, I love you, I'm so sorry, please forgive me, and thank you. This starts unraveling the reactions to it, right? This starts integrating. It is a way to integrate it. But this is, I think, a much quicker way. I mean, you can absolutely use Ho'oponopono to help you with this process. As soon as you become aware, do some Ho'oponopono. If it's still there, ask the subconscious to begin integrating this. Integrating all the wisdom and knowledge of these parts that are coming up that you have to say, I'm sorry, I love you, please forgive me, and thank you too. Have them integrate right away into your wholeness. Yep, Ho'oponopono is awesome. And how many people can say it? I had a Hawaiian friend. She was positive and negative about Ho'oponopono and that whole thing. She's like, all these white people are stealing our stuff, but you know, this stuff really, really works. And I'm like, you know, it is what it is. What are you going to do other than use it on yourself? So, absolutely. Very good. Your energy is reflecting through others. Yeah, absolutely. So, subconscious, I was a 6. And it's really, I feel massive tingling. There's some major, major shifts. And so, subconscious, please, you have my permission to go back into pre-birth and go back into past lives that are related to this and gather and collect all of the entangled web and organize them perfectly in the playing field, the organized playing field that my wholeness is. Bravo, perfect for me today. Oh, most excellent, Landa. I'm so glad you're here. Yes, it's wild, but it's like my pendulum is scrying up with yours. Yeah, we're frequencies that are starting to buzz on the same frequency. Yeah, very good. Excellent. All right, so Lauren, darling, you were at a 6. We did a little bit more work. Check in, shine a light on it. Did something else come up? Where are you now, darling? It's still processing. It may be processing for a while. And then when we get to a point where you're below a 5, we're going to create an anchor. Because what we don't want to happen is do all this work and then tomorrow morning you wake up very angry and you don't know why. Because a part came up and we're going to create an anchor. How you doing, Lauren? Are you still with us? It's still processing. With parents arguing. Memory in utero of parents arguing. Calmer but still a 6. My daughter suffering for making myself priority, a 7. So subconscious, I have this belief that I have to make my daughter suffer in order to take care of myself. There's this belief that my daughter is even suffering So subconscious, I want you to go in and find all of the ideas, thoughts, and beliefs that my daughter is even suffering for making me a priority. And I know deep in my heart that this is where I'm at right now, and this is where I'm supposed to be, even though it doesn't feel right. I know deep in my heart that I have to make myself a priority so I can create the space for my daughter when we do finally get together. So subconscious, go through and find all of these ideas and beliefs in my mind that I'm this bad person because I made myself a priority, and here it's my fault that my daughter is suffering, and I don't even know if she's suffering or not. I just believe my thoughts that she's suffering because she doesn't have me and I don't have her, and really I'm the one who's really suffering. So subconscious, go through and find all of these. Release the emotions, the negative emotions to it, to the ocean. But keep the knowledge, wisdom, and understanding that these parts have, and integrate them with the wholeness that I am, because it is my wholeness, my whole personality that needs to be able to think and make decisions from a clear space. I'm not sure what it is my tenant needs healed that is reflected in me. I was doing Ho'oponopono for her last night as she was acting as a pendulum. So a pendulum is a reality transurfing concept that is like another word for pendulum that many of you can relate to is an energy vampire. Pendulums are like energy vampires where they just suck your energy dry. Yeah. So, Landa, I know a little bit about your situation, so we can definitely do you next. Lauren, where are you now with this integration? Check in, where are you? Because you went from a 6 to a 7 with this. Where are you right now? And then Landa, this tenet that needs to be healed, if it's reflected in me, is there a part of her that you see in you? Like, I wouldn't do that, but it's still a part in you. Very good. Lots and lots of processing happening right now. The tingling up my spine and down my arm is just phenomenal. Very good. All right, checking in. Lauren, where are you? Still processing. So normally what we do in a group setting is we go deeper into it. No. Oh, what was my question? I totally forgot what my question was. What are you saying no to, darling? Nothing new came up. Excellent. So what number are you right now? I wouldn't do that. Yeah, no, you wouldn't do that. That's definitely not something you would do. So we can heal that within you, for sure. Beautiful. So what we're going to be doing is we're going to do another demonstration. So Landa, are you up for it? You're about a 5, Lauren? So quick question to Lauren. What makes it a 5? What would it be if it were a 4? What would make it a 4? Because you went from a 9 to a 6 to a 7 to a 5. What would make it a 4? And then Landa, start to think about where you are in this situation on a scale of 1 to 10. Hey Tammy, I'm so glad you're here, darling. So Lauren, you're down to a 5 again. I am up for it. Okay, so Landa, with this situation with your tenant, what number are you at on a scale of 1 to 10? Yes. Yes for Lauren. Good morning, sunshine. You're at a 10 with your tenant. Okay, Landa, you're at a 10 with your tenant. So subconscious, I'm at a 10 with this person. I just can't take any more with this. I just want to completely throw it out the window, scream. I want to, maybe even do something. I'm done with this. Subconscious. So subconscious, everything related to this person and this situation, I am now focused in on 100%. Everything that has been going on in my body tightens up, my thoughts start racing. I just have no control over this situation. I feel like I have no control over anything about this situation, and I'm at a 10. I'm at my wit's end. I don't know what to do, and I am hyper focused in on this situation. So subconscious, you have my permission to go through and find all of the programming, the ideas, beliefs, memories related to what is happening in this current situation, and do a massive rewrite of these programming, letting go of the emotions that are coming up with this programming, and doing a massive rewrite and integrating all the wisdom, knowledge, and understanding of this situation to the completeness and the healing team that I am. And the healing team is ready to receive all of it. So Lauren, thinking about this situation and now working on Landa's situation as well, where are you with your situation? With more space, even if there's a little bit more inner space, start to get selfish with creating this inner space, because the thoughts are going to take over, situations are going to take over. Start to get very selfish with this inner space that we're creating. Lots of processing going on here, Landa. So as you can see, if you're watching this, this is a process. We're giving the subconscious that can see everything. And what we're not doing is asking the subconscious to experience what we've experienced in the past. We want the subconscious to have space between what you're consciously looking at and how it is connected to what's going on in the subconscious. My anxiety bumped up a little because I have tenants waiting to vacate too. So you have a lot of stuff that's going on. So do you find time to quiet your mind so that you can get clear and create a strategy for everything that you have going on? Easier said than done, right? You have tenants waiting to vacate too. So Lauren, meet Landa. You guys are both landlords. I try to quiet my mind. Yeah. Or give your mind something to do, like Sudoku or painting or doodling or writing or journaling. Give your mind something to do, because the mind needs something to do. Definitely. Especially if your mind's not being very quiet right now. Give it something to do, definitely. Thank you, Monica. You have a strategy. Excellent. Yeah, you do have a strategy. So get really focused and get that slide very clear at the end result of that strategy. And you don't know how you're going to get there. You have no idea how you're going to get there. But allow yourself to get very clear on that slide, and then imagine that slide, that situation, done. It's done. What do you look like? What do you sound like? What does it sound like? What does it feel like? What does it smell like? What are all the emotions that are coming up in you now that it's done? It's done. Very good. So that's your slide. And your work is to dream more. Your work is several times throughout the day, sit down for 2 minutes, 2 minutes, 3, 4, 5 times a day, two times a day for 10 minutes each would be the minimum. That you get very clear, that because Einstein, he would have creativity and imagination sessions. That's how he discovered the speed of light. Only light doesn't go anywhere because it's all here. but he imagined running next to a beam of light, and he was running right next to it. And so creativity and imagination is our superpower. Somebody write that down. Creativity and imagination is our superpower. So when we get into that space of creating our slide, we want to use all the creativity and imagination we can muster up to make that slide more real than what we're seeing in the material world. So dream every day. do dreaming with intention. So getting clear on your slide with the end result. You're celebrating the end result. Yay, it's done. Activating your plate, making your angel wings really big. And if angel wings don't work for you, let me know. We can try something else, whatever works for you. So far, everybody is like, oh my God, the angel wings opening. Holy cow, I totally connected with the plate. I totally connected with this larger part of me. I felt my genie. So most of you are giving me the feedback that, yes, I got the angel wing thing. And it was the first time that you really felt, somebody sent me a message that this is what prayer feels like. Yes. That's what prayer is. You're not asking God for anything. You are God and you have everything. So this is the difference. Very good. Love that. Creativity and imagination is our superpower. I want to have a clear picture of myself, my daughter, and our home with prosperity and feeling as if I have it now. So you can feel it now. Feel it now. And so that's what we're doing is every time we bring up our plate, we're bringing it to us. And here's what a lot of us do that may practice law of attraction. We're chasing it, and it's like it's being pushed out further and further away from us. That's the difference between bringing it to you or you're constantly chasing it. Which do you want to do? Bring it to you. Sit back, dream with intention. Dream with intention. That's your homework. That's your homework. Resistance blocks. Yeah, the resistance can either be stepping stones or stumbling blocks. You choose every time. They are either stepping stones or stumbling blocks. And if you don't know, sit with it and ask your subconscious. Subconscious, I'm focused on this stumbling block that I'm looking at, and I'm seeing all of my limitations right now, because the material world, the five sensory world, does nothing but show me limitations. So I'm seeing all of my stumbling blocks. Subconscious, go through and find all of the beliefs, ideas, and programmings related to these even being a stumbling block, and do a massive rewrite on them and do a massive shift change on them. So now as I see these stumbling blocks, I catch myself, I become aware. My awareness is sharp, and I become aware, oh, I'm only seeing my limitations. Let's shift that. Now I see possibilities. Now I see it as a stepping stone. So this is the thing. You always get to choose. You always get to choose. I have a very clear vision of myself in the apartment, and I feel it in my heart. The love of being in the apartment. And you wake up in joy every morning. You're looking forward to your day in that apartment. And that's where your focus and attention awareness goes on every single time you start getting caught up in the drama of it all. And if you want to, picture her someplace else happy. She's happy. Picture her in the highest light you can possibly give her, in another place where she's happy. Very good. Hey, Deborah, so glad you're here. Very good. So I want to tell you that this group work that we're going to be doing, we're going to be starting the Process Transformation Method group work. And we are opening up the doors. We opened up the doors yesterday and it's a subscription. And we're going to be starting every Sunday morning. It's going to be kind of like a satsang kind of thing, where we bring together and we do this work together. And the more energy that we have and the more participation we have, the more awareness we create and the more transformations we create. So as we come together and do this process transformation method, this is when the magic happens. So I want to tell you that we are opening up the doors for this so that you can get in and start doing the work. You might not know what your purpose is. You might be going through a life change right now and you don't know, do I want to start a business? Do I want to do a career? I'm going through a divorce and I don't even know who I am. You know, you're going on this spiritual journey and you're looking for more guidance. This is definitely for you, especially if you're coming to this place where the mind and heart are coming into this space of unity automatically, and it's stirring up all of this stuff, all of this deep-rooted stuff. And you might be saying, where is this depression coming from? Where is this anger coming from? Why don't I want to be around people anymore? That's just not me. So these are shifts and stuff that is happening within you where we can collectively begin to clear the playing field and move from this space, make decisions from this space, create a new reality from this space. So we are opening up the doors for this to be available for you, and it's new. This is going to be newly launched. The regular price is going to be $97 for a monthly subscription, and you get a weekly call plus an accountability call. So you get 5 calls a month, and we're going to give you a discounted rate for signing on right now while it's brand new. Lifetime subscription for $57 a month, and that's for life, even when the price goes up, because we won't be able to keep it this low for long. So I would love for you to take advantage of this and really, you know what, get ready to do the work. And it's this work where massive shifts and massive changes happen. This is where your entire reality begins to completely transform. Excellent. Thank you, Monica. Yes, Monica just put the link in there. Very good. And we are going to be doing this every week. We're going to be starting every Sunday at 10 a.m. Chicago time. So it'll be every Sunday. If you miss a Sunday, you will have access to the replay. I highly recommend that you get in on it so that everybody has a chance to have some work done. Even if it's, I don't believe any of this stuff is working, sometimes the mind is going to come in, and so we'll be able to work on that so that we can open up these limitations that we're programmed, that our experience here teaches us that we have these limitations. But with working with the subconscious, there are no limitations. The kingdom of the heavens is truly within. And this larger unseen part of you is where the magic happens. And I can only say that from experience and working with people, I've made 2020 my word of the year. Brilliantly surprised. Just brilliantly surprised, because I can't put a name to it anymore. It's the most unexpected, the most, you were thinking it would be this way, but it ended up being even better than you ever dreamed possible types of things happening with the people that we're working with right now in doing this work. And for those of you that did the bonus trainings with us so that we can fine-tune this method, so many wonderful changes are happening with you guys as well, because when we did our Manifesting Money Made Easy, we used this process, and what we learned, it's not about the money. It is not about the money. So with that said, I want to leave you guys with the homework. I want you to go through and work on these processes. Whatever you're focused in on, go through the work with it and tell me your homework. What did you go from a high number to a low number? What came up for you? What shifts did you manifest? And then tomorrow, we're going to be doing a bonus training, and we're going to be doing some question and answer. So any and all questions that you have, We will be here tomorrow at 3 p.m. Chicago time. So come with your questions, and I may even have a special guest come on. And I do believe that Monica is also going to be going live this weekend as well. So we have an exciting weekend for you guys. So stay right here. Stay tuned in our group, Heartfelt Awakening. And with that said, if you're not sure if this subscription is for you, then definitely, you know what, schedule a call with me, because I've opened up my schedule so that if you have any questions, let's get on a chat. We use Zoom, or we can use Facebook Messenger, whatever, or you can call me on the phone, whatever works for you. Let's get on a call so that you can have all of your questions answered. You are welcome, Lauren. Absolutely. Thank you guys so much for being with me. And any other questions? Just making sure there are no other questions. So with this process transformation, the first step is to get permission. Get permission to do the work. Second step, get the team ready. And who is the team? Conscious, unconscious, subconscious. You are it. Number 3, there is nothing outside of you that needs to be fixed at all. And come into this space of coherence so that you can manifest the things that you are desiring, that you want to desire in your current reality, whatever that is, the end result of that. And my end result for you is holding you in the highest light and love possible. So with that said, you are welcome, darling. Yes, Monday, Monica is going to be going live. Absolutely. We'll be doing the second questionnaire today, or is that tomorrow? So today I have, oh yes, you know what, Lauren, Rowan, you're right. So what I would love to do is hold off the second questionnaire for tomorrow. So what we're going to be doing, now that you guys know how to do this work, feel free to use a pendulum if you want to. Feel free to just say, hey, pendulum, connect me to my subconscious. And it will start twirling. And then say, show me you're doing the work. Show me when you've had something polarized. Oh, it'll stop. And it'll start going in the opposite direction. So talk to your pendulum. This is a really quick guide on how to use your pendulum. You can do this work yourself. And then talk to your subconscious and ask your subconscious whatever it is you're focused in on, because remember, you gotta shine a light on it first. Conscious awareness shines a light on it. The subconscious sees what you're shining a light on, but it also sees what's in the unconscious. It also sees the entangled web of that connection to what's in the unconscious. It gathers up all of those, releases the emotional reactions to it, and integrates the knowledge, understanding of and wisdom to your wholeness, to the healing team. Those are the steps. Now we want to do a quick anchor. So as we become more and more aware, subconscious, as something comes into my awareness, you have my permission to whatever just came into my awareness. I hold it in my awareness. You find it in the unconscious and do a massive quick rewrite of those programming, letting go of any reactions I'm becoming aware of, and integrating instantly the knowledge, wisdom, and understanding into the healing team. And the healing team receives you. So that is your anchor as you go through your day and you become more and more aware of parts that may start coming up, parts that may start showing themselves, and you may become more aware of as you begin to react to those parts. And you may even become aware of the subconscious going to work right away on those parts and beginning to integrate those parts. So the word of the year is integration. You are whole. You are whole. Very good. We'll be doing that, the second questionnaire, tomorrow, Rowan. So we're going to be going over the second set of questions. Remember on day 1, we went through those questions and we got a number. We're going to go over that tomorrow because I want you to feel how all of this, the demonstration that we use today, is all of the work we've done this week shown how to do it. So I want you to get a feel and maybe even do some of the work on your own. You don't need a pendulum. You can just sit with it. You don't need a pendulum at all. But when we do the work collectively as the group work, when we're doing the process transformation method on a group work, I do use the pendulum, and you're welcome to have one as well. And you can just take a nut, a metal nut, and put it on a string of about 6 to 7 inches. You don't even need a fancy pendulum. You don't need one. You can make one yourself. Very good. All right. So with that said, you got your homework, and I look forward to seeing you guys tomorrow. Thank you so much for being on this journey with me. We'll talk to you soon.